about knife and I shout, she not carry knife and chicken in my tummy. We now close mouth in the night, then I separate us. Carry me and give to another person. Carry my sisters and give to another person. Then I give her money, she now go. For then I carry me and keep in front of orphanage home.
The girl, however, narrated how she was rescued after she escaped from the home of a woman identified as Inena, who adopted her from an orphanage and inflicted injuries on her for refusing to change her name.
I said I'm not going to change that. My name is Success. She says a lie. That she changed my name. I say no. She now carry knife and chicken in the same place. One day I escaped from her house and go and meet one brother and tell him let him help me. Carry me and go to police station. Then I carry the healers and go and carry the woman. And keep the woman itself. The woman member now come and bear her. Then I say that they are going to carry me and give her since there is no house and they don't have money to buy food. And I say no, that I'm not following her.
The girl says she misses her abducted sisters.
I want them to come back and follow me. I used to pay for them morning and night.
Meanwhile, the coordinator of the African Women Lawyers Association in River State, Hilda Desmond Yekare, is calling on security agencies to prioritize the rights and protection of the girl child against trafficking, sexual harassment, and others. Dr. Desmond Yekare spoke to gender correspondent Constance Mega.
All our regulatory agencies take issues concerning girls' welfare and abuse very seriously. Civil society organizations mobilize partnership among stakeholders, including UN agencies, children's representatives, traditional rulers, the media and academia, to work towards the elimination of harmful practices against the girls, especially child labor, child marriage, and human trafficking.
She also called on the government and other stakeholders to intentionally invest in the girl child.
If only our girls have rights and know their rights, that is when they will have their rightful place in the boardroom, in politics, and in our leadership position. If women are not in leadership, women cannot actually thrive. Women cannot make laws and legislations that will favor them. If girls are not in leadership, there is no way they will be well represented.
Also, the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists NAWOJ River State chapter has called for increased investment for adolescent girls. A statement by the chairperson River State NAWOJ, Susan Serekara Unwikana, and Secretary Ngozi Anosike said there is an urgent need for increased attention and resourcing for the key areas that enable girls to realize their rights and achieve their full potential. The theme for this year's International Day of the Girl Child is Invest in Girls' Rights, Our Leadership, Our Well-Being. Moving on, a vigilante group in River State says it caught a 14-year-old boy with a gun robbing residents of Ikwere Road in the Mile 1 axis of Diob in Port Harcourt. The commander of the Diob Security Service, Prince Amatari, told newsmen that the teenager led a 3-man criminal gang during the operation on Sunday. He said the boys' arrest followed a distress call by residents of the area. In another development, 1 month after the killing of the DPO of Aoda West Local Government Area and River State SP Bakwang Bashim by a cult group, residents say they are still living in fear. The coordinator of Concerned Ekpeya Youth, Samuel Ugu, said the people are afraid because the wanted leader of the cult gang, Gift Okara, also known as Tubaba, and his members are still in the community. Mr. Ugu tells correspondent Emeka Otuka that 3 days ago, suspected members of Tubaba's gang raided shops along Odiemerenyi Road in the council.
Tubaba and Co are moving around in Ekpe Aziz. They have extended their camps to other areas in Ahoda currently. Our people have been restless. The security situation has not been improved. Or we want to even raise the company to even call the police that the 2 weeks they gave us has expired on Friday. And up till now, our people are still living under fear. Nothing has been done. There was a breaking and entry at Odimeni Road 3 days ago. I wouldn't know whether it's Tubaba, but his gang. They are all circulated around. All community in Ekpe has a commander reporting to Tubaba.
He said the security agencies have not done enough to arrest gang members despite the 100 million naira bounty by the governor.
The information concerning where youth has gathered to give to the police has not been making use of it or putting it into work to arrest the culprits. So the situation in Ekpe now is not assurable currently. They should expedite their action. They should expedite their investigation. They should bring the culprits to book. I wouldn't know why the governor will place 100 million naira bounty on someone and it's taking months for the person to be apprehended. The police have the necessary equipment, has the necessary technology to tame these people down.
However, the police public relations officer of Igboako Youth Congress, the public relations officer of Igboako Youth Congress, Ekeakita Chinem, says kidnapping and criminal activities have reduced in the area.
For now, the area has been a little bit calm, but
Mr. Chinem also urged the various security agencies to collaborate and ensure that the gang members are arrested.
I am saying that the security agencies should double their efforts. The other sister agencies, if they could give a helping hand to the Nigerian police, I believe within two weeks, gifts will be out. We don't know why they are leaving it for only the police. Because as we speak now, that place is waterlogged. If the place they are hiding, the airports could surrender that place with a helicopter. There's no way that the gift, David Mighty himself, will not come out.
As you may know, SP Bakwang Bashim was killed by the gang on the 8th of September in Odemude community, Outer East Local Government area. Away from that, the stench from the dump site along the Obrikwe Airport Road persists, raising concerns among residents, road users, and business owners. Our correspondent who visited the dump site reports seeing officials of the State Task Force on Sanitation working at the site as scavengers scouted for scraps despite the stench. Attempts to interview the officials were unsuccessful, but our correspondent spoke with residents and business operators who emphasized the need for the Sanitation Task Force to reform waste disposal methods, prioritizing the safety of both residents and businesses in the area.
Government need to do something because this odor, it affects human being. The time where I enter here, 1 week, nobody give me water in this area. I will not take water because I hold my nose and I cover my mouth. Everywhere is like something don't enter my head. Before they push it pit, they have to be pour chemical. Kill the only odors in this place.
The odor is terrible. Best way is for them to move out of this place. You can see development coming up here. Not like before. Something like this is supposed to be outskirts of Port Harcourt. In foreign countries, you don't see this kind of thing here. They take it far away. It's very dangerous to human health.
The odor is too much, but you have nothing to do. Now here you earn your living. No matter how it smells, you go consider achieve what you define.
They also spoke about the effect of the dump site on their business.
It's terrible, very terrible. The odor is terrible. And because of that, it does not allow to have customers. Most customers, when they pass and they perceive the odor, they leave. Before they could stay there and stop, they are already far away from here. So it's really affecting us. It's affecting us. Not only dustbin, where they deposit toilet waste, very close here. It's just about 200 meters apart.
Recall that the media aide to the chairman of the task force, Olalekon Ige, said they are aware of the foul smell from the dump site, but will continue to do their best to ensure that residents do not suffer any health challenges due to its operations at the site.
I also share some of the concerns of the residents, but the place is regularly fumigated. We fumigate to kill all rodents and reptiles. Another is also to ensure that the smell, emanating from the dump site is not as immense as they are saying at the moment. So we do everything humanly possible. Remember too, when that dump started operation, a lot of buildings that are there today were not there as at the time that dump site was acquired and was operational. We'll continue to do our best to ensure that they do not suffer unduly, from the operations of that dump site.
Meanwhile, authority of Obiakwa local government area says the dump site is approved by the state government and that it cannot speak on the matter. Still to come, NECO indicts 93 schools for cheating. Stay tuned.
The PDP in Ubima Ward 8, Ikwere local government area has
To ensure the smooth running of the governorship election in Bayelsa State on November 11, dismissing fears of election violence, the State Resident Electoral Commissioner Obo Efanga tells our correspondent that thousands of security personnel who will participate in the election are being trained.
Why we work with the security agency, regular meetings of the Inter-Agency Consultative Committee on Election Security. We had one last week. Right now, we are also having training for the election security personnel. Started last week, had the state level training for the personnel that are involved in the election. What we focus on now is the actual operation for the election starting.
Earlier, Obo Efanga had denied reports that the Commission plans to transmit results of the forthcoming governorship election in the state manually. Mr. Efanga told newsmen that the reports did not emanate from the Commission.
In 2020, INEC introduced the INEC Results Viewing Portal, IREV, which means that when the election is completed at the polling unit, a photograph of that result entered in the result sheet is taken using the beavers, and that is posted on the INEC Result Viewing Portal, IREV. So each of the polling unit results would be viewed on the IREV because we would use the beavers to take a snapshot of the result sheet of the polling unit and upload it on the IREV.
On the court's disqualification of Timipre Silva as the candidate of the APC, the Bayelsa State Resident Electoral Commissioner said INEC is yet to receive directives on the next course of action. Meanwhile, barely 24 hours after the Federal High Court in Abuja disqualified Timipre Silva from participating in the November 11 governorship election in Bayelsa State, the APC candidate has asked the Court of Appeal in Abuja to set aside judgment. In other news, the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of National Examinations Council, NECO, Dantani Wushishi, says 93 schools were found to be involved in whole school mass cheating, while 52 supervisors were recommended for blacklisting due to poor supervision, aiding and abetting during the exams. Professor Wushishi said the erring schools would be invited to the council for discussion, after which appropriate sanctions would be applied.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
The death toll in Israel has reached 1,200, while more than 900 people have been killed in Gaza. U.S. President Joe Biden has described Hamas' assault on Israel, launched on Saturday, as an act of sheer evil. Details of a massacre in an Israeli village where fighting continued until Tuesday morning has emerged, with an Israeli general speaking of babies killed in their bedrooms.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this morning, you heard that a mother of 6 is crying for help to rescue her abducted girls as the world marks Day of the Girl Child today. Residents have said that they are still living in fear 1 month after a cold group killed DPO Angbashim. The stench from a dump site along Obirikwere Airport Road in Port Harcourt has continued to persist. INEC has clarified on the result transmission for November 11 elections in Bayelsa State. Bayelsa APC has headed to the appeal court over the disqualification of Timipre Silva. NECO has indicted 93 schools for cheating. On the foreign scene, Israel airstrikes has continued in Gaza as death toll climbs on both sides. The news was edited by Choma Ezewafo. Cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this morning. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. My name is Ifeimi Andrew. Good morning.